Gemini, how you doing? So I do apologise. One, I had to turn the camera off twice because I got very hot, flustered and turned the camera off twice, deleted it, started again, done it again, fed up with it, got hot, and now I've had to change from a jumper to a t-shirt because I got hot, and then I just messed your reading up completely. But I thought, no, I've got to get Gemini's done. Okay, so something is like done, finished, or like over, or like a complete and utter, like someone's making a mess of something. Now the channel messages I'm gonna have to try and do again for you very quickly, but your card's already out-ish. Okay, so you could be dealing with a fish, you could be dealing with a Pisces energy, right? So your channel messages for a start was something around picking up the pieces after an ending, but picking up the pieces, right? And it started off with around like a camera or something like that. And it was around that I'm going to have to pick up the pieces of something, like I'm going to have to put the puzzle together. Like you've just ordered a load of stuff and something turns up like a flat pack, or I've just become a mother, right? And how do I put all of this together? How do I pick myself up after a complete ending? Or how do I pick myself up after being dumped? Or how do I put all of this together? Or Heather, the name Heather. But how do I put everything together after this? Like, okay, I've just ordered like a flat pack. I've just ordered a flat or something, and like how do I now put all of these things together, because it was needing like guidance, or oh man, I'm making a complete tit of this now, trying to rechannel messages that have already been done. It was something to do with pick up a pen, pick it up, pick it up, right? But like, okay, if I'm going to take something apart, then how do I put it back together? It's kind of like Humpty Dumpty, that was it. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall, right? So it's like something smashes on the floor, and I picked up like I don't know, something that got smashed, like a bull in a china shop, that was it. And it was something to do with around Taurus, because they comes crashing in like a bull in a china shop, right? So something like this, but your messages turned out to be of something that got smashed, or something that was on the floor, or someone that just got absolutely hammered and slaughtered. And you could be dealing with a Cancerian for a lot of you. But whatever it is, it kind of like it comes crashing through the door, it busts everything, and it is now broken, and you're like, how do I put all of this together after like something, I don't know, say you walk into a home and everything's been smashed, or you take something apart and you don't know how to put it back together. Or like anything in your home or your house, like it got broken and someone took it apart and you don't know how to put it back together. And my advice would be always take a photograph with a camera, or Cameron, or camera, or cam, or anything to do with cam, or Camille, or meal, or anything like that. But like take it, like say you break a camera or something like that, or you break your phone, or anything that is broken, right? And it's broken. But some of the messages was that if I take anything apart, take a photograph of it before you put it back together again, because it was kind of like this Humpty Dumpty story, right? Now these putting yourself together and picking up the pieces might be after some kind of like dramatic ending for you or for a person. You do have, it will represent in the cards. But like, how do I put myself back together now after all of these kind of things? If something is broken, how do I now glue it all back together? If it's something that you take apart and you break it, but you don't break it, but you take it apart and you're like, shit, there are now pieces all over the floor. How do I put this together? There was also a thing of like, I'm a mum, and how do I become a mum? Like, how do I do all of these kind of things? Like, I've got no idea. Like, I'm a fish out of water, and it's fresh, and I've got no idea how to look after a Pisces child, right, for some of you. That were the channel messages, because it was like this thing is on the floor, or it's new, and it's a flat pack, and it's a crib, and it's a cot, and it's like, I've just ordered a load of things online and they've all just turned up, and I've got no idea how to put all of these things together. So it came up through a channel messages of someone that could have possibly just given birth to a baby or something like that, or a grandchild or something like that, and you've ordered a load of things online and they've all turned up, and you've got flat packs of everything, and you're like, how the hell now do I build all these kind of things, right? Now for some of you, you might have just moved, and you've physically just moved, and you're like, now I've got an empty flat, how do I now start to fill it with all these things that are now broken, or not broken, but they all need putting together? Because it's kind of like a fix-it man. Like I need like someone to come and fix something, or they come and fix it but they take it apart and there's shit all over the floor or something, right? Or like someone shits the bed, or someone wheezed themselves, or it might be a child that's like there's water all over the floor. So like taps might burst, or like there might be plumbing that's done and like it bursts and you're like, shit, now the water's everywhere. How do we now get rid of the water that's all over the floor? Or someone literally their water's break and it's a timeline of someone that may just give birth through this time. And you're like, the water is all over the floor. What do we do with all this water? So whatever it is, it might be enjoying. Joy, the name Joyce, or Jalian, or Juice, Jalian, an alien, but like Jason, Julian, Justin, Janice, Joplin, Jays, anything beginning with J, Julian, Jason, Juicin, the Juicin lot. We've got the Juicin lot. Who's about who's? Someone's Scottish. But yeah, I've got all these bits and bobs all over the place, or the name Bob or Rob. But like, I've got all these bits all over the place, and now how on earth do I put all of these things together? It's kind of like you undo something and you take everything apart, and then all of a sudden you're just left with this piss. This piss? What? You've left with this piss? You're left with this piece, a Pisces, but like you're left with this piece, and this person's in complete bits, and you're like, hold on a minute, Pisces, you just left me in pieces. Like, does somebody get dumped by a Pisces, or a Pisces gets dumped? Or it is a Pisces that's taking all these pieces together, putting all these pieces... Man, this is why I turned the camera off. You've got Pisces energy here, big P energies, right? But that can also be Pisces. And a piece of cake, or like you make a cake and you drop it everywhere and you're like, well, how am I supposed to eat that now? It's all on the floor, right? Or like some party or something like that. Well, that'd be my birthday. But like, I don't know, like a piece of Pisces, how do I build myself up and pick myself up after now something that I've heard, like of a pregnancy, a birth, of being dumped, or being like somebody, because I did pick up on third energies here, but I didn't know if this was family and God knows what else, because I normally get very confused through Gemini energies trying to channel for you, and it was to do with, okay, how do I now pick myself up after hearing this news, right? Like some sort of bad news or good news. It would be good for some and bad for the others, right? Or bad for mothers, or a bad mother, or a bad something, because they're hearing bad mother. So, I don't know if you've got anything that's going on with court or siblings or parents, or anything to do with a birth, and then I'm pregnant, and then how am I going to be a bad mother? Of course not. But like for some of you, it's like an evil stepmother or stepbrother or something like that, stepmother, stepfather, those kind of things. The evil twin sisters, that's been coming up through past readings. That's kind of coming through now for a lot of you. Some of you, it is a new baby and you're just becoming a mother and you're on your own and you've got loads of stuff in order to make because you may have just moved. It could be something to do with a birthday cake or something like that, and it may drop on the floor or something like that, or you're making one or you're baking one. Something to do with a baker's dozen. Something to do with a possible third party for some of you, where it was kind of like, okay, now I may have got back with my ex or something like that, and now one of these people has to go because I have to make a decision. Something like that, Gemini. Okay, now we're going to have to get on with your reading. So the first card that you got out was the Death card, right? So it did, I mean, you can all believe me or not, but it did relate to a lot of what I was channeling before for you, but for, you see, four. So it's like, for you. So this is, I started to pick up on the Ghost of Christmas Past, right? That was one of the channel messages when I got the cards out of what I channeled, was the Ghost of Christmas Past. And it might be something that happened at Christmas time of a person that ghosted you at Christmas. But you would be picking up the pieces of something that happened at Christmas. Because they definitely kept saying Saint Nick or Saint or Steve or S, anything beginning with S, or S and M, S and Emily, or S and Emma, or S and Melissa, or anything like that. Oh, there's loads of M's. Melissa, right? Was it? Sorry. Thank you for the super chats anyway, I really appreciate it. Melissa Dawn, right? From dusk till dawn. But like, this could be Dawn, French also. Someone that is France. Someone like Voulez-vous from France. But Dawn French. But some of you could be taking French classes or something. But or someone that wears glasses. Or you might need to wear glasses. But here, sorry, I am definitely hearing the Ghost of Christmas Past. Now this is a person that passed physically, and it might have been in a Pisces life where something was lost. Because they're people, they did have a lot of energy where they did physically lose somebody here, right? But what I was picking up for your reading this week is that a lot of like, how do I pick up the pieces after this news? Now this might be you that's having to pick up yourself, or a person that's involved with you here, right? But one of the, because I'm picking up one of these people. Why? Because somebody here is either one, wanting to make a connection from the past to reconcile family members stuff that's going on here. Somebody could have lost somebody physically in the family here, and they're now trying to pick up the pieces within the family because they lost a family member. If they didn't lose a family member and there wasn't a death in the family, then it might be someone from the past that is trying to rekindle the situation of the Six of Cups to bring it back to life. Because I heard Frankenstein or something like that, right? Frank, or anything beginning with F, or Steph, also Steph. But I need to pick up the pieces from the past. Can we reconcile? Can we do something together? Can we work this out? Now, for some of you, of why this got difficult, of why I started getting very flustered and stuttering and turned the camera off, is because I picked up here of a third party, even though it wasn't showing it, it was. Because I started to say that somebody is physically already in a relationship in the Six of Cups. They're with someone that they find it very personal and very private within their life. They don't like to be asked personal questions. Definitely from a family member. If it's a family member and they find things very touchy and they get heated and everything else, don't ask. Because they find it very private and it's down to them in order to speak, right? Or something to do with speak, them speak. But like, this is us and that's them. Or M, or Emily, or Emma, or E, anything beginning with E, okay, or Steve. But there's loads of people out there been letting me know there's other Steves as well, okay. But why I got very flustered is because I'm picking up here that this is someone that is already in a relationship. Like, you might be in a third party even though it's not showing itself as yet, because somebody could be in a relationship here and they go between someone that they don't get on with, but they do get on with 12-12 on the clock, which is 3 and 3. So you could be dealing with a Pisces, a Gemini and a Capricorn, okay, within your chart or their chart, but it would be involving those people within your soul groups, right? So you've definitely got that here, and I'm sorry if I did get flustered and I've turned this off, but I started getting really hot because I got my jumper on, and man, I was like seeing it, feeling it, but it wasn't making sense, but it was making sense. And normally, Gemini, when I do your reading, I end up doing that kind of thing, and I'm like, man, it's kind of making sense, but it isn't. It's like, right. So the next card that you had out was the World. So you got Piscean energy, 3, but it doesn't have to be, but normally to me it is. So you got this from a distance. What was her name that sung that? From a distance, like, so from a distance, I'm trying to distance myself from something here, is what I'm picking up. Like, it might be a long distance relationship, or you are trying to distance yourself from somebody in your life, right? Their name might be body in certain ways, but I'm trying to, or someone's trying to import things, like trying to get a body physically, like somebody could have died abroad here is what I'm picking up now, that someone could have physically died abroad, and they're trying to get their body to like here. So how do I explain this? Say somebody died in Spain, something like that, right? And you don't live in Spain, you live in Britain, right? Say for instance, it hasn't with me, but say if you did, you would need to get their body transported to where you are in order to have a burial. Some of you are physically waiting to have a burial, and you will be travelling, like having a funeral here is what I'm picking up now. That didn't come out before, but I am picking it up for some of you. Some of you, this person isn't where you are that passed, and you have to travel to that person to see that. For some of you, this is somebody that gives birth. And because they've given birth, it's going to take you in order to travel to see the family from the past of your like ex-husband or wife. And that, wow, this is a new one. Like, it's from the like, this was your ex, and say that the people that you did have a family with, but because that's it. Sorry, wow, it's really showing me more now. Because through your channel messages, I was picking up stepfather, stepmother, stepsisters, the evil twin sisters, and went on with the same as everybody else has been having in their reading. It's coming out through yours. What I'm picking up through this reading is that it's somebody of like my ex, like I've got a mother and a father, but a stepmother, a stepfather, like people, like grandmothers and all that kind of thing. And it might have been someone that's passed, but somebody also maybe that actually had a baby. And because they had a baby, you have to go back to revisit the past of the family that you used to have with someone. So this is why I'm picking up a step-parenting situation where, say, like I had kids at one point and it's with my ex and we had kids but we are no longer together. Something goes on and I have to travel from this way to this way, here to the moon. But yes, which would be a moon, which would be like Virgo or Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, right? But I have to go and travel to see my ex because of something that's happened in the physical family. So it could be like a brother or a sister or a cousin or a sibling. If it's a pregnancy and this ends up being birth, then it would be the fact that I'm having to go and visit the old flame, like the person from the past. I have to go and visit them. Okay, so there is something like that for not all of you, but for some of you, because in Pisces energy, some of their mothers did pass, and I really do apologise for that. Okay, but I am picking this up for some of where this was a birth because of the channel messages for a start. It was like, what am I supposed to do with all this on the floor? Right, the cat on the floor, something to do with the Leo maybe on the floor. But what am I supposed to do with all of that now? How am I supposed to pick myself up after these kind of things? Okay, but a lot of you here, like I said, this is they're telling me and showing me that it is something along the lines around Leo possible lines, but along the lines of where this might be a pregnancy or something that dramatically changed someone's life. Like I said, it is either a birth or a death, but it dramatically changed someone's life, and because they're dramatically changed, that may be going on. Now, I'm also hearing that somebody has had a turn of turned over a new leaf, where someone physically has changed, where they've had a change of heart, or a heart failure, or heart disease, or change of heart, right? Physically a change of heart. And there's this energy now that seems to be coming in where it's around like probably visiting someone from the past, because I did pick up like a ghost of Christmas past. Someone that you may not have heard from from Christmas or something like that, or you haven't seen them since Christmas or anything like that. But Christmas really wasn't that long ago, but I am picking up like a ghost of Christmas past. But again, someone from the past tries to rekindle part of the relationship here. Now, why I was picking this up as being a third party, because if there is, and this is where I ended up turning it off, if there is, that's why the energy of some of the messages of like, how am I going to pick myself up after now finding this out? Because there is something like where if there was a third party, someone might find out that someone is trying to rekindle a relationship. If somebody finds out they're trying to rekindle a relationship from the past, then one person gets let down. Because there's a letdown, or like, I can't make it, I'm sorry because I have to let you down. Or they're all saying something like that, like, don't let me down. Can't tell you if it is, but it's kind of like a deflated tire in a way of like, don't let me down. Do you promise that you're going to do this? I can't tell you right at the moment. But it's like this trying to rekindle something from the past. But the only reason why this kind of like just, I start doing that is because sorry, a lot of you might think I'm absolutely balmy. I know what I mean. But like, you may be with someone that's physically with someone. Some of you may have been or still are with a person, and one of the people out of the three physically passed on, and now there isn't a third party because the person physically died. I mean, I don't know. I'm picking up some strange signals of what this could be, because I'm seeing quite a few things. Like there might have been three, but one rolled over and one fell out. Like, because that was in your like, one rolled over and the other fell out. Roll over. Like, someone could have physically just passed, and now someone's left with. Like, well, now we can see each other, right? Now we can see each other. Because I did finish with the person here, like, or, I don't know, that's for some of you, is what I'm picking up. Like, but somebody has had a change of heart, and they physically, what the hell do you know? A Scorpio could have changed their mind. Like, I've had a change of heart. I've suddenly realised about something, and I've had a change of heart. I might let you back in. Oh dear. So I don't know if someone got kicked out, or there was a, like, someone's completely just had a, like, I don't know, because I don't believe in transformation. I believe in a change of hearts, because I believe in destiny. I believe in the fact that we are all guided to feel a certain way through astrology. And if you are meant to be with a person, then astrology and spirits will pretty much start making you, whether you think it or not, they'll start making you feel differently. I mean, you're like, hold on a minute, I suddenly feel differently. Yeah, that's spirit just pretty much telling you, yeah, that's because you've got more to learn yet. Like, you've got to go back with this person. You ain't got no chance, right? So you'll start to physically just feel different and think, oh, I've transformed. No, the spirit will make you do that. But, like, I am picking up this energy of, like, I've started to feel slightly differently about a circumstance in my life. And because I feel differently, there's a possible chance of a meet-up or a talk here, right? Here. So I don't know how that's coming through for you guys physically. What is the time? Because well, I don't know if I'm going to try and go live tonight or not, because it's the 7th and it's my birthday on the 8th. But yeah, I'm going, like, this other videos coming out in a second on the chat thing. Yeah, but this is a bonus, Gemini. I'm trying to keep all of these very short and sweet. But I'm definitely picking up some travel, a visit, someone from the past that comes back in order to talk. Gemini, Sun, Rising, Venus and Jupiter. Trying to pick the pieces up of something that's broke. Some of your channel messages were of, like, you're just trying to fix something in the house and the home here. And it's like renovation around the homes, and something may get broken here. Okay, but someone's having a change of heart operation or something like that, I'm also hearing. And you got the 5 of Wands. You got some sort of conflict here around Scorpio energy for a lot of you. 5 of Wands. There may be a difference of opinion. It may lead to an argument with people, and I'm not sure who, like family arguments. Because I am picking up where some people have got to go and visit some people here through the messages that I was saying that I'm going to have to go back and see the ex, or I'm going to have to go back and see the family from, like, hell or something. Because I am picking up, like, there's people that had families with people, and step-parents, and Fairing, the name Fairing, or Rachel. But like I had children with a person before, and now I have to go back and see my brothers and sisters and all that kind of stuff, and the evil twin sisters or something, and I have to go back and see family, and I don't really want to go and see past family members. I have to go back. So there's either like a funeral or a pregnancy. If it's a pregnancy, then, like I'm saying, it might cause some strife, because you might have to fight with family over this and stuff like that may go on, because that is one of the messages that I picked up for you, Gemini. So, because you have to go back here, you see, for a lot of you, this is anything that ends up coming up in your energy that you have to go back to revisit, right? Because you revisit the energy, whether you like it or not. It's a revisitation of something, of a feeling that comes up, or something that, of a milestone that reflects a baby, or like a move, or a death, or a funeral, or something that happens in your soul group, or something that dramatically changes in your life, that changes your life for the better afterwards, right? So it'd be like a divorce, it would be like a marriage, it would be someone in your soul group where it happens, and things dramatically change around your appearance and stuff, right? So here, for a lot of you, like I said, there are things going on in the family where things are dramatically about to change for the worse or for the better. It could be a minor argument or a major one, who knows, right? But for a lot of you, it would be different. So that's your reading so far, Gemini. Thanks very much, guys. If you want to continue on with this reading, you will find it over on Patron on the full access bundle, like all of the rest that come out. Everything normally, this one will go to the full access bundle along with everything else. If you're part of the channel, you'll know. But it's the full access bundle. It's the 3rd tier, more than likely. Over on the other side, once I've finished your reading, I'll clarify the cards to tell you more of what you've got coming up. And then I will do a what's going to be the next move that is made towards you. So if you've got people coming back, or you're talking to an ex, or you're talking to anybody, the next move that's going to be made towards you, but that will be involving your soul group people. So like your love interest, your family, your work clients, people, things like that, what's going on behind the scenes, all of those kind of things, and basically the intentions and the outcome, but generally the next move that's made towards you by people, okay? And I start to look for different messages within that reading as well. So you get this one and then the other one when we're finished, but you'll only find it on the full access bundle over on Patreon if you're a part of that, and you can find the actual link to that below. Okay, all right, Gemini, thanks very much, guys. Stay tuned for more.